August 2024. The European Union enacts the world's first comprehensive AI law. January 2025, the United States reverses its entire AI governance framework in a single day. September 2024, China releases state-controlled AI safety standards. 3 global powers with 3 completely different strategies. The trillion-dollar question remains, who's building AI governance that will actually last? Every nation faces the same impossible choices. Speed, move fast, innovate, dominate the technology. Stability, build governance that prevents catastrophic failures. Or sovereignty, maintain control over your AI future. Physics says you can have 2 out of the 3, but not all 3. The United States chose speed, the EU chose stability, and China chose sovereignty. The question is, who's playing the wrong game? Before we continue, please subscribe if you haven't. Give us a like and show of support. These actions grow the channel by helping other viewers find our content. And thank you, truly. Now let's continue. October 2023, President Biden signs the most comprehensive AI governance framework in U.S. history. Executive Order 14110, directing over 50 federal agencies to implement more than 100 specific actions. It establishes the AI Safety and Security Board. It requires reporting from companies developing the most powerful AI systems. 15 months later, gone. Rescinded within hours of the new administration taking office. And there's a cost to optimizing for speed and governance that evaporates between election cycles. This is Chapter 15, the final synthesis chapter where we apply the entire framework to the defining challenge of our time, AI governance. This series has reviewed 14 chapters proving that speed finds the edge, but patience builds the empire. Today we're breaking down why AI, the fastest moving technology in human history, desperately needs what we call a stability layer, and why nations and organizations that build permanent learning states will outlast those choosing quarterly innovation cycles. Every AI breakthrough depends on a single island, Taiwan. 60% of the world's semiconductors, 90% of the most advanced AI chips, TSMC, one company, controls over half of all global semiconductor production. Nvidia, Apple, AMD, Google, Amazon, every major AI player, they all funnel through Taiwan. Geopolitical experts call this the Silicon Shield. Taiwan's semiconductor dominance deters Chinese military aggression because destroying Taiwan would cripple the global economy. The problem is, all shields made of glass work until they shatter. Taiwan is only one choke point. Another? China controls rare earth elements, the materials that power AI chips, data centers, and advanced computing. China not only mines 70% of the world's rare earths, they process 90%. They control 91% of separation and refining capacity. In December 2023, China banned the export of rare earth refinement technology. October 2024, they tightened restrictions further, case-by-case approval required for exports. This resulted in gallium prices outside of China doubling in 5 months. That's what single points of failure look like in real time on the world stage. Behind every AI breakthrough is an unusual triumvirate working in perfect harmony across thousands of miles. Nvidia designs chips in America. ASML builds the only machines on Earth that can manufacture them in the Netherlands. And TSMC fabricates them in Taiwan. 3 companies, 3 countries, and one incredibly fragile supply chain. The most concentrated industrial dependency in modern history, in fact. A natural disaster, a geopolitical conflict, a trade war. Any one disruption halts global AI advancement. We're building the entire future of artificial intelligence on top of this. What's the solution? We call it the stability layer. Not stability as in rigid, not stability as in slow. Stability as in governance infrastructure that enables continuous evolution while preventing catastrophic failure. Think of it like this. AI systems accelerate exponentially. Governance built on executive orders, quarterly thinking, or consensus paralysis cannot keep pace. You need permanent institutional infrastructure that learns and adapts as fast as the technology, but doesn't evaporate when leadership changes. The first stability layer must be human. The EU AI Act Article 14 mandates that high-risk AI systems must have effective human oversight. No rubber stamping decisions. Humans with authority to override, reverse, and intervene in real time. Canada requires the same. The final decision must be made by a human for high-impact automated systems. But as AI gets more complex, fewer humans can actually understand what it's doing. The solution isn't more humans. It's permanent training systems that keep human competency ahead of AI capabilities. That's the stability layer in action. The second stability layer is memory. Organizations lose knowledge every time employees leave. Nations repeat failures every time administrations change. Without systems to capture, store, and deploy institutional wisdom, you start from zero with every crisis. Peter Singh nailed it. The only sustainable competitive advantage is learning faster than the competition. Not innovating faster, learning faster, because learning compounds. Knowledge from deployment 1 informs deployment 2. Lessons from deployment 3 prevent failure 4. And after 10 years, the organization with institutional memory is 37 times more capable than the one starting fresh every cycle. That's the math of the permanent learning state. The European Union built the stability layer into law. The AI Act is a legislative framework that entered force August 2024 with a 2-year phase-in. To change it, you need to repeal it through Parliament. 27 member states, multiple committees, public consultation. That's institutional permanence. And it sounds rigid, but it isn't. The Act establishes the European AI Office, an AI board for national coordination, a scientific panel for technical expertise, and an advisory forum for stakeholder input. 4 permanent learning structures that continuously update guidance, standards, and enforcement. The framework is stable. The implementation evolves. That's the doctrine in action. Dominate slow through permanent infrastructure that learns fast. NATO is a 75-year case study in the permanent learning state, founded in 1949 to counter the Soviet Union. But when the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, NATO didn't dissolve. It adapted. It expanded. It evolved its mission. Post 9/11, it invoked Article 5 for the first time for counterterrorism, not conventional war. Today, NATO operates 28 centers of excellence, dedicated institution for doctrine development, training, and strategic analysis. These are not think tanks, they're permanent learning systems. When new threats emerge, cyber warfare, AI, hybrid conflicts, NATO doesn't scramble. It updates doctrine through institutionalized learning structures. That's what 75 years of compounding institutional knowledge looks like. The United States may have rescinded Executive Order 14110, but one piece of permanent AI governance infrastructure survived. The NIST AI Risk Management Framework, released in January of 2023, developed with over 240 organizations from industry, academia, and government. It's voluntary, not regulatory, but its genius is permanence through consensus. The framework has 4 core functions: govern, map, measure, manage. It's detailed enough to implement, but flexible enough to adapt, and it updates continuously. Gen AI profile in July of 2024, cybersecurity overlay in August of 25. Governments change, markets shift, but the NIST AI RMF provides stable infrastructure that evolves with the technology. That's the stability layer as a technical standard. Here's the synthesis. In the AI age, learn fast, fail quick, dominate slow takes on a new meaning. Learn fast means building organizational learning systems. Knowledge retention, feedback loops, continuous adaptation. Fail quick doesn't mean catastrophic failures. It means implementing human-in-the-loop oversight, risk-based frameworks, and circuit breakers that halt harmful AI before disaster. Dominate slow? That's where the game's won. Dominate slow means building permanent governance infrastructure. the stability layer that outlasts political cycles, market disruptions, and technological revolutions. In a world obsessed with AI speed, governance permanence is the ultimate contrarian play. While everyone optimizes for quarterly innovation, you build legislative frameworks that require parliamentary repeal. While competitors chase regulatory arbitrage, you invest in institutional learning systems that compound for decades. While markets demand faster deployment, you implement human oversight that prevents catastrophic failures. That's patient domination. Rome built roads that lasted 2,000 years. Singapore compounded GDP 130 times over 59 years. Berkshire Hathaway's 60 years at 19.9% annual returns. The pattern is clear. Speed finds the edge, but stability layers build empires. Chapter 15, The Permanent Learning State. Full breakdown, case studies, and the exact blueprint for building your own stability layer, whether you're a nation, a corporation, or an organization navigating the AI age. Speed kills. Learning endures. Stability layers dominate. Brave on. We got you, boo.